Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
Welcome to an all-new episode where we've got tons to talk about.
Yes.
A lot of movie news and a lot of TV stuff, not just Star Wars Rebels, but kind of rewinding a little back and talking about some Clone Wars
right
that just got released. So, of course, as always, you can follow us at Inside the Force, and we are at InsideTheForce.com where you can watch our latest videos and listen to all the podcast episodes right there on the site. If you want to subscribe, we're on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TuneIn Radio. No excuses. You can reach us anywhere.
Except no excuses.
Except, yeah, exactly.
We will accept no excuses.
Of course, we're on Facebook, Inside the Force as well. He is Kryptonian1138. I am DCottingham21 on Twitter. All right. Now that that's over with.
Yeah.
Movie news, episode 7. We got a movie coming out here in just over a year now. Just over a year.
My wife was just asking me, because I don't know if she completely realized, like, what's happening currently in the world regarding Star Wars. So,
right.
She was asking me, "Are you going to be excited? You going to be, like, pumping up?" And I was like, yes, that's going to be probably the most excited I've ever been for a movie. It is going to be off the walls.
And, and I feel like it's, for me in a way, probably for you, I feel like it's going to sneak up because I'm so, right now, I'm really so pumped for freaking Superman versus Batman.
Yes.
And that's 2016. So I'm so anticipating that, and with all these little things of shooting and Comic Cons and stuff like that happening next year for it, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, wait, Star Wars is coming out like next month.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to come a lot faster than we realize, I think, hopefully.
Yeah.
So anyway, episode 7. What we got?
Well, I think some of the bigger, I guess, most interesting things that came out this past week. Actually, some of it just today, when we're recording this. A couple actors have been wrapped shooting, because they've been shooting for quite a few months now, like 4 months now.
Right.
And they took a break. I guess they took a break, but
they did take a break.
Anthony Daniels is wrapped. C-3PO. He's officially wrapped. The actor sent out a tweet that actually seemed very nice. Like he is bittersweet, I guess, to be wrapped in episode 7. But just today, we got word that Oscar Isaacs is also officially wrapped.
All right.
So those are the two main actors, and it's of the main cast. So I mean, begs the question of like, how much in the movie are they? Since I guess they're still shooting everybody else, and they're the first to wrap. It's interesting to think of.
Yeah, because I think wrapping, complete production wrap isn't supposed to happen until November.
Yeah.
So they've got a whole month of it with whoever actors they got left.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Not much else, honestly, regarding episode 7. They've just been shooting more at that location, which I believe we talked about last episode. Commons Filling, I think is what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find it here. Just shooting more there, and I think it's been confirmed that Adam Driver has been shooting there. It's Greenham Common is what it's called.
Yeah.
And Adam Driver, I think, has been spotted there recently, and so whatever they're shooting there, they've got, a lot of the main guys, potentially the main villain if Adam Driver is the main villain. So important filming there.
Yeah.
And I mean, go scrolling through here. That's pretty
I
much
think,
it.
but I think
mean,
the one thing we got to talk about, which I don't think
Yeah.
is maybe listed as your news, is because I don't think we've been on since that video got released by Bad Robot.
which video?
The Millennium Falcon animation
Holy crap!
with the
no, we have
with
not.
the freaking Batmobile.
Yes, like the best Easter egg ever. in
That is like
cinematic
the
history.
craziest video
Yeah.
ever. I mean, ever. I mean,
Yeah.
for one, I think it's, I think it's just phenomenal how these directors are just playing off one each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, quite arguably, the two biggest movies coming out within the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what I mean. I can't remember really. Was it the Henry Cavill lightsaber photo that actually started all this?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
As the super Jedi, whatever they call it.
Yeah. So and then I think Bad Robot. I don't know. I can't remember how they responded first. Was
I don't know. I can't remember if it was the C-3PO looking at the bat signal thing, or if it was the Batman in the Judlin Waste. Like
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Tatooine
yeah.
thing.
I think,
I can't remember
yeah.
if it was one of those.
I think it was one of those. Yeah.
But
and then
it was so funny.
Yeah, it's so great. And then the whole stormtrooper stealing the Batmobile,
Yeah. Oh gosh.
and then he puts the Batmobile as a part of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Now it's a wonder if that's actually on the Millennium Falcon.
I would say it is.
I mean,
I have
that
no
would-
reason why it isn't.
That would be
It's-
so freaking crazy. That is awesome.
because he put R2 on the Enterprise in Star Trek.
That's right.
So why not put
Yeah.
not just any Batmobile, the Tumbler from Nolan's Batman?
Right, which is a little different, and the music played. I
Yeah.
think right. I think the music.
Oh, I couldn't tell. I think I was listening to it during work, or I turned the audio off or something.
yeah,
like that.
you got to see it again because
Yeah.
that was so cool. Because it starts off with I think it's a Binary Sunset, Star Wars
Yeah.
theme, and all of a sudden it just transitions into Dark Knight
awesome.
music,
Yeah.
and then it shows that. I mean, it is just I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe I saw that, and I was
Yeah.
freaking out. And
Yeah.
anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, just go on the Twitter accounts of either Zack Snyder or Bad Robot.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's been a couple weeks now, but go back and look, and you won't be disappointed, man. It is phenomenal, little 15, 20-second video.
Yeah.
But I hope they keep doing that. I mean, and what's crazy is that it's not like this is, at least what it seems like. I mean, people might argue, oh, this is a publicity stunt, but these guys aren't part of the same studio. It's not like the
Right.
same studio is trying to promote both of these movies. This is Disney
Right.
and this is Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And they got no reason to do this. At least I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great. This is I hope it continues.
No, yeah. And I hope we see more like in the movie itself. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
They actually
Right.
filming this little thing, Easter eggs. But other than all that, I mean, I'm reading here that there's some rumors of some episode 7 scenes and character descriptions. Like the news source that's reporting it seems like they're reporting it as like huge spoilers. So I don't really want to throw it out there on this show, but
Right.
just be aware out there, guys, of potential gigantic spoilers. Although we're getting a lot of those. So who knows if it's real.
Yeah, who knows? Well, so if we go beyond that, being episode 7 news for now, move on to kind of the TV side, which we are is upon us at the end of this week. We are getting Star Wars Rebels, and we are getting the 1-hour film entitled Spark of Rebellion. Now, for you lucky cable subscribers, you had have the opportunity to see this already, starting last Friday. Mainly, I'm just thinking the biggest ones are like Comcast and Xfinity and
ATT Universe.
Right, ATU, yeah, correct. So if you have subscriptions to these, you can download the Disney XD app. I think it's just in the Apple Store.
Yeah.
I don't think it's on Google.
I don't know. Yeah. Watch Disney XD.
Watch Disney XD, correct. Download that app, and then you sign in with your subscriber ID. With whatever your cable provider is, you are able to watch the hour-long. Actually, it's like 40-something minutes of
40,
Sparkerville.
yeah.
Now, luckily, we and you have seen this thing.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
We have.
now we don't want to
Fortunately,
give.
very
We don't want to get too detailed because we know a lot of people out there probably haven't seen it.
Mhm.
So next week when we do the show, we'll do a full review of the episode of the movie. But as of right now, just initial thoughts. What's your thoughts about it?
Super pumped. I think it's met my expectations so far. Like just as in pilot episode wise, like as a show in general, I'm sure it's like my expectations are through the roof because I'm sure we'll get bigger and better things. But first movie, I guess it's fantastic. It gave me enough to go because, like I said before, like I've always been interested in Ezra.
Yes.
Because he's just always intrigued me, kind of like an Aladdin type character in a way for me.
Mm-hmm.
And just Kanan, but is like the second most interesting for me. And we got a lot of both of them, and like I want more of them because I think that they just created such a great character, and I'm so excited to see more of them. And there's one thing I know it's not a spoiler, but like Ezra's got these like piercing blue eyes.
Yes.
Like my wife pointed out because she watched it with me, and she really liked it too. Actually,
Good.
And so she was saying like, he's got some real blue eyes. I was like, yeah, you're right. And I was thinking like, I wonder. I was just crazy speculation. Like if he has piercing blue eyes for a reason, like if there's a twist about who his parents are,
Right.
maybe like his blue eyes might be a trait that will like, maybe we know who they are or something. I don't know. Just some speculation.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, loved it. Some good homages to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty funny. There were some funny moments. Really loved it.
If you want to compare it to the opening movie that started the Clone Wars series,
Yeah. Oh, much better.
way better. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Clone Wars movie turned a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Because people are like, "What? Why do I watch a show like this?" Because it was very
Right.
campy, very kid oriented.
Right.
A lot of tried to be cute, and it wasn't until seasons 2, 3, or something like that, and that it actually started getting really dark and kind of more mature. I felt like, and I think Clone Wars just kept getting better every season.
Absolutely.
And this kind of just continues that trend. I think this is along those lines of kind of, our age Star Wars. I don't think this is, even though I'm going to, my daughter wants to see it. I've got almost a 5-year-old daughter, and she wants to watch it. And I think it's okay for her to watch it. Star Wars, I'm not going to stop her from doing anything.
It's not too dark.
Right.
Really.
But I think there's some, again, not spoilers, but there's a lot of death in this,
Oh my gosh, yes. Kanan picks off
Yeah.
a dozen or so guys.
I know. I mean, think about it. They're not clones in this. They're stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're people in these things, So, and it's Civil War time. So, it's going to be a little bit more mature in that end. But I was like you. I was glued to it. I didn't want to, with the app, with the Star Wars app, or with the Disney XD app, you have little breaks. There's no commercials, but you have little breaks in it,
Right.
And I was like, or it did have a commercial, I think.
I think they're just Disney commercials though.
Right. Yeah.
For Disney shows.
But man, I was like, God, get through this. I'm ready to keep watching more,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to tune in. I want to watch it on my television this Friday. And I totally suggest if anybody, I think there was more skepticism for the Clone Wars than there is for this. I think there's a lot more. I think the majority of Star Wars fans are looking forward to this series versus when they saw Clone Wars. Do you think that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, just going off my own personal things, and I guess reading about. I haven't read anybody really saying like, "Oh, this is gonna bomb."
Yeah,
like they shouldn't do this kind of show. I mean, consensus I think has been positive.
Yeah, I think, and and I was surprised how much they actually did fit into this first movie episode. I think you got, a lot of story from the entire group, and then Ezra as well being added to the group and the Empire side. It's just it's setting up pretty well, and I think it's gonna be a great series to watch for sure.
Yeah, and finally found out that those little short films that we've been getting were independent, separate from this film. So that was an exclusive clip. So go back and watch those if you haven't seen those.
Yes,
because you won't get that in the show.
Yeah, you're not spoiled.
They're pretty amazing,
right?
Yeah,
and so the only thing technically, if you watch the first 7 minutes preview that they put out there, I think that's the only thing that's part of this. It's the beginning of this show. But yeah, it's great. So we'll talk more in depth about the actual storyline and everything next week. The next bit of big news. So anyway, just to reiterate, I think, and make sure I get this right, Case, but I think it premieres Friday night on Disney Channel.
On the Disney Channel.
On the Disney Channel, right? So everybody gets a chance to see it. And then on Monday, it's going to premiere the same movie. Spark of Rebellion is going to premiere on Disney XD. And then every Monday after that, we will get a brand new episode of Star Wars Rebels. So anyway, anybody who just has Disney Channel, you can check it out Friday evening. I think at 8:00, but I should probably check that out for sure. But anyway,
8 Central.
Oh, 8 Central. Wow. Okay, so 9 o'clock Eastern.
October 13th, is that the Monday?
That'll be the new episodes start October 13th.
Yeah, so the regular series starts October 13th, 9
o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, well 9 p.m. 8 Central. So yeah, what was that? So yeah, so
9 Eastern, 8 Central.
9 Eastern, 8 Central. So, yep.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah,
that's right after Gotham. Perfect.
Great.
So anyway, the kind of a surprise bit of news that I was kind of floored with that came out a few days ago. I think it was late last week. Was Clone Wars news? You know, we've kind of we know for a fact that the series was prematurely canceled. Mainly because of the buyout. The Disney buyout of Lucasfilm, and so they had, as in Dave Filoni and Lucasfilm had, and in us talking to Tom Kane, we knew this. They had recorded the audio for pretty much the entire season 7, or actually, I'm sorry, season 6 and parts of season 7. So there was a ton of material that was already started to be worked on. Obviously, we got how many episodes? Did we get 11 episodes? I think of finished episodes
of this
6th season
of the Lost Missions. Was it 11?
It was 11 or was it 11 or 13? I think it was 11. But
yeah.
But anyway, we got those finished, full completions that kind of ended the series, even though it didn't end the series. There's still a lot of stories to tell because it didn't technically lead up into episode 3.
Right.
So basically, they released a awesome little video that I suggest everybody sees called Star Wars Legacy, the Clone Wars Legacy. And it talks about some other story arcs and some concept art that they're releasing for these three storylines. And then basically what they're revealing is that we're getting these three storylines in these in different forms. One came with what we've talked about on this show was comic book form with Star Wars Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir.
Right.
And that's a 4-issue arc that I've read and kind of reported on here, and it's fantastic. It is fantastic. Would have loved to see that on the show, dealing with Darth Maul and basically fighting an inner battle a little bit with teamed up still with Black Sun and going against Grievous and Dooku and even the Emperor. So. Fantastic, or not? He wasn't the Emperor at the time. Sidious.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that we got that arc, and then the second one, we kind of got reported on previously, but they just wanted to show some concept art of it. Is the upcoming novel we're getting next year, involving Asajj Ventress and a Jedi you're familiar with, Quinlan Vos.
Yeah.
So that is a novel coming next year that's going to happen, that takes place during the Clone Wars. And then the other very surprising release is 4 full episodes of the Clone Wars, but since basically the 3D animation wasn't complete, we're getting the episode in animatic form, meaning that it's just basically unrendered animatronic models.
Yeah.
But the audio is completely done. 100% audio completely done. Even the credits in the front and the back are the same as television. So now I know, Case, you said you haven't watched any of those yet.
No, it's just seen clips, but that's about it.
And it's called what was it called again? Crystal. Shoot, it was all. Takes place on Utapau.
Yeah.
We just had the name up.
Yeah. I'll find it.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's full 4 episodes, 22, 25 minutes, about mainly how it goes a little bit is what I know of it, because I've seen the first episode, and it involves Obi-Wan and Anakin making a Jedi trip to Utapau, where they discover that a Jedi has been murdered, and they're sent there to investigate the murder, find out what happened and whatnot. So, I watched this thing, and if you listen to the show, you'll know how just diehard we are of Star Wars. Both me and Casey, we love Star Wars. We love everything about it. Maybe not so much the EU, but we love everything about the canon.
Excuse me.
But I got to be honest, I struggled watching this.
Yeah.
I struggled watching this. Knowing how good the animation has become with the Clone Wars, especially in the last season, and how good Star Wars Rebels looks.
Right.
It's very difficult to watch this.
Yeah.
I mean, because, Anakin is standing there talking to Obi-Wan and his mouth's not even moving. I mean, it's
like a low budget.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. It's called Crystal Crisis on Utapau.
Crystal Crisis, yeah. So I'm struggling. I'm struggling with, I'm going to watch the last 3 episodes, but
yeah.
Is
it a good story so far?
It's a great story. It really is.
Yeah.
We got a glimpse of Utapau. I mean, it's famous for where Grievous died. Obi-Wan defeated Grievous there. So, but what it does is it explores there's a couple other different species on that planet that explores, and it gets more into the ground. The holes in that planet go deep, and but the biggest thing is they're basically playing investigators, crime scene investigators a little bit. It would have been neat to see that, because they show some things where they do stuff around the crime scene,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
it would have been really neat to see that, full animation. I mean, that's the biggest regret, is that I'm watching this thing and I'm like, man, this would have been fantastic to see, and I find myself wanting to just, basically just close my eyes and listen to it. So I don't know if they should have tried a different medium for this, I know they wanted to use the audio because it was recorded, so I don't know. I mean, part of me is like, man, just put the money up and finish this thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know.
I mean, this is canon, though.
It is,
isn't it?
No, it is.
Yeah, I mean, because they even say the video that all this was introduced in, the Star Wars Legacy video, which we tweeted. They mentioned, I think Pablo Hidalgo, I think, is the one who mentions it, that although it was never finished or published, like, it still happened in their minds.
Yes.
Which tells me, like, all the stories that they have written and shot or prevised or whatever, recorded, that's still canon in a way. They're just finding ways to show it to us, I guess.
That is true. Everything, and I think he said this, Filoni talked about this in a video that before the Darth Maul series came out. He's like, everything that's been involved that we've done for the Clone Wars is canon. So however we get those stories, from now on, they are canon. And
that's crazy.
It's it's one of them things though where it's like, I don't know, if they release, the entire Clone Wars series and they put this in there, I'm like, I don't know if I'll watch this again. It's tough. It's because I don't know. I guess you hold Star Wars, not just the story, but just the visuals of Star Wars up to an incredibly high standard,
right? And
when I don't know, and when you're watching something that isn't finished, and it's tough. I don't know.
I mean, I'd say just either make a 2D cartoon of it or put all of it in a comic book or something. All the rest of the unshot episodes.
I think that's exactly what they should have done, is a 2D version, because that would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think maybe that's what they should have done. Or I mean, I don't know. They could. I think I feel like they could have done the animation 3D wise still, and just didn't do the full render of like all the shadows and the and the light
elements, particles.
Yeah, but have the guys walking and talking. They're just like gliding on the ground, and their legs aren't even moving, and then their mouths aren't even moving. It's like, man, that's
funny.
I mean, I wish they would have done some effort to it, but I don't know.
Right.
I know they don't have the money for it. They're working on other things, but but it's tough. But anyway, I suggest if you want to see some more storyline for the Clone Wars, there it is. It's there for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was a pretty big announcement on the eve of Star Wars Rebels coming out.
Right.
Nothing really new. They released as far as comic books goes, they released a new variant cover of Star Wars #1 that's coming this January. It's got Han and Chewie on the cover. Pretty good looking book. So nothing else has come up on the comic book side. Novel wise, where are you at on A New Dawn?
I got pretty far last week. Well, not like, I got about 5 more chapters into it, I guess. So I'm about chapter 9, chapter 10. I mean, it's picking up a lot. I just wish I had the time to finish it, because I'm just eager to read more. Because it's all about Kanan, and as you all know, it's all about Kanan and Hera. So far, I've only seen most of Kanan, and I mean, at this point, it's revealed, or not revealed, but it's very interesting how the book has been written so far, because if you don't know anything about Rebels and you're reading this book, and if you haven't seen the art on the cover, you don't know that Kanan is a Jedi. And the story is written like that. Like, you don't know that he's a Jedi. There's no mention of it whatsoever that Kanan is a Jedi until about chapter 8.
Oh, wow.
And so it's almost mentioned like he's thinking to himself too, like his own thoughts, and he kind of reveals to the reader that he is a Jedi through his thoughts. And it's a really cool way how he reveals it, and how it's shown in this one specific scene. And it's very, and there's somewhat of a mini twist as well in that chapter. I mean, I'll let to you till you get there, so we can talk about it. But
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. It just feels like I'm reading Star Wars again. It's like because I've always loved reading Star Wars and reading the description of how the Force is used, and how the character, like the Jedi, is describing the Force through dialogue or through his own inner thoughts, and it makes it feels more sensible, kind of the Force. It makes more sense, and it's just way more exciting to read it. So it's a great book so far. Please, if you guys haven't bought it yet, buy it and read it, because it's fantastic. And I doubt you have to read it by the time the show premieres. It seems like all it is, just Hera and Kanan meeting for their first time. And I mean, I haven't gotten to this point, but I'm assuming they're going to fall in love in this book, because it seems like so far in the Rebels,
Right.
and what we've seen in the short films that we've gotten, and the movie, that they have somewhat of a relationship. Don't know exactly how far this relationship is, but they have a relationship. So maybe that's kindled in the book.
Yeah, and I think it's
don't know
been,
yet.
the book takes place several years before the show.
Yeah, like 5 years.
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
5.
Yeah, so
Very exciting.
they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm obviously I'm behind, and I warned everybody. I'm not a huge reader, so it's going to take me a little
Warned
while
you. Yeah.
to get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, this is bad. This month's a big, it's the anniversary.
TV show.
Well, it's the anniversary of DC, so there's all these
Oh, yeah.
comic books I'm reading from DC.
Yeah.
The Future's End storyline. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's not Star Wars.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah, so that's really, I guess that's really all you,
Yeah.
at least all the very, very relevant Star Wars news that's out there.
I wish we had some video game news. I want some games.
I know.
I've been trying to play. I kind of gave up that Star Wars Commander iOS game.
Yeah.
And I mean, I played a little bit, but the app keeps crashing on me, and apparently it's just me. So I just deleted it because I got tired of having to open it, and it keeps crashing on me. So if Lucasfilm, if you're listening, you got to fix that. It keeps crashing for me, and I don't like it. I need some tech support. But it was a cool game, nonetheless. But I want more. I want Battlefront.
I know. Battlefront, but we're a long ways away from that, unfortunately, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Next year, I guess.
I don't even know if it's going to be next year, the way it sounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the way it sounds,
yeah.
it might be 2016.
Which is absurd to me
Yeah,
that it's taken that long.
I agree.
I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, we're not game developers.
I'm not a no. Don't know that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't think there's any more to talk about.
And we're done.
Go see, go watch Rebels this Friday, and then come back here next week where Casey and I will give you a full review of the entire Spark of Rebellion film, because there is a lot to talk about in there that I do not want to spoil right now for people that haven't seen it.
Right.
A lot of great moments in it. In fact, I want to go back and, like I said, I want to go back and watch it again Friday when it comes out on television.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll come back and listen to us talk about that next week. And then, of course, we'll get into the latest news and happenings around the Star Wars galaxy.
Yep.
All right, so getting into some trivia.
Trivia. Let's do this.
Trivia. Still doing trivia. Okay.
Yeah. Still at it.
I got 698 here.
Okay, that's 698.
Yeah, 698.
I'm there.
Okay. This is the Attack of the Clones era.
This is nice.
And here is the question. What is another name for the Tusken Raiders gaffy stick?
Ooh.
Wow. What is another name for the Tusken Raiders gaffy stick? Is it A, Gaddafi? Gaddafi, yeah.
Gaddafi.
Okay. B, Blood Wand. C, Gratifi. Or D, Blood Pike.
Who?
Weird. Okay.
Who? This is tough. I feel like I've only heard it referred to as a Gaffy stick from the KOTOR games.
Yeah. You said Gaffi? I said Gaffy. Gaffy stick.
I don't know. I've never heard it pronounced. I just go.
So I think it's Gaddafi,
Yeah.
Gratifi, Blood Pike, or Blood Wand. Wow. Oh, that's weird. Look at the question. Oh, I didn't mention the question above is the form 4, form 3.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I forgot to mention real quick that clip. There's a clip that just came out involving the Inquisitor. It's a little more in depth of the lightsaber battle between Inquisitor and Kanan, and he brings up a type of Jedi fighting, which is pretty cool.
Yes,
it's the first time it's really been mentioned outside of the EU.
Something. Yep, that's pretty amazing.
Okay, so what do you think?
I'm gonna. I know there's two answers that seem like it's more obvious, but I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head was Blood Pike. So I'm gonna go with D, Blood Pike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking Blood Wand, but I don't think. But for some reason now I'm leaning towards. I'm gonna say C. For some reason,
Blood Wand. Oh, gratify.
Yeah, gratify. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna say C. So
right. You say C, I say D.
Okay, I'm gonna hit D for Blood Pike.
All right.
Incorrect.
Dang it!
And the answer is A.
Gaddafi. One of those two.
Yeah, Gaddafi.
That was my second guess, but
dang it,
that's interesting. Yeah,
that is weird.
Interesting.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you scoring at home, that makes it my record 45-28, and Casey is at 38-35.
Yeah.
And I think that equals so we still have the same amount of questions asked.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks everybody for checking us out. Of course, we're at Inside the Force again on Twitter, and check us out on the web, InsideTheForce.com, for all your subscription needs and all your podcast needs for our show. Casey over there is at Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I am DCottingham21. If you want to send us anything on email-wise, it's info@InsideTheForce.com. Let us know how you liked Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars, almost like Clone Wars.
I know. I keep wanting to say Clone Wars for some reason. Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, Star Wars Rebels.
Spark of Rebellion.
Yep.
So I hope everybody has a great week. For Casey Cooley,
focus your fire on the Jedi. The coolest part.
That was very cool.
I think
that
the
was
coolest
very,
part of the movie.
Very cool.
Super
And
sweet.
We will talk about that next week.
Yep.
All right. Again, hope everybody has a good week. Case, have a good week.
Yep. You too. Have a good week, everybody.
Yes. Take care, everybody. May the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.